Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today it is time to do another update for my year-long Project Pan, 18 products in 2018. So this is the last update before the finale. So I'm going to update you today and then I'm going to close it out. I think probably like right after the new year, something like that. I don't really know yet, but you know, around that time, because basically the end of the year will close out this project. And I've got to tell you, I'm excited about it. I can't say that I'm excited for the year to be over because it's just kind of crazy to me, but I'm so over this. I hate to say that because it's been a really, really good thing. And in general, this year, I've been trying to use more of my stuff. You know, I've been having these Throwback Thursday videos in an attempt to shop my stash a little bit more. So I think that that's really good. The thing is with the month-long Throwback Thursday videos is that a month is very different than the whole year. And while that certainly gives you more time to use up products, a year-long project is really, really hard because it's a little bit overwhelming. A lot of these products are things that I could never have finished up or hit pan on or whatever in, you know, say a month or 3 months or whatever a project could be. But it's still hard. And the problem with using the same products throughout the course of a year is that you get kind of burnt out. You get kind of bored of them. And so I think I definitely will do another project for next year, a year-long project, but I'm not going to do nearly as many products. I think trying to do 18 products for this year as my very first Project Pan was a little too ambitious. I think that, you know, I was just excited about trying something like this and I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, let's be honest. And I also feel like going into next year, I'll be able to choose products with a better education about project panning and just about, you know, seeing the things that I have been really struggling with, the types of products that have given me more trouble than others. I'll be able to pick products a little bit better, I think, next time because, you know, I think that while it's good to stick in some products that you want to get out of your collection because you don't love, it also makes it really hard to use some of those things if you're not like the biggest fan of them. And it's easy to get bored of things, even ones that you do like, unless you're, you know, they're products that you really do love using every day. And I don't use these things every day. Some of them I certainly use more than others, but I had to give myself a little bit of a break here and there because some of them were just really boring me. And you know, it just made it really difficult. And so I think that I've done a pretty good job of a lot of these things, but you know, I'm not going to be disappointed with myself if I don't complete all of my goals, which I'm not going to. I know that. I can see that now. I could probably even have seen that with some of the things in my last update, but I still am going to feel accomplished because not only have I reached my goal on a lot of the products, and I think, reach my goal on a few more by the end of the year, but it still was a good challenge for myself. And if I do a project for next year that's a little bit smaller, I haven't decided how many products yet. If you have any suggestions or any thoughts, definitely let me know in the comments below what you think. You know, how many products should I include in a year-long project for next year? You know, I can certainly always roll in things after I've completed a goal. If I complete it early enough, I can certainly add something else in to trade it in, but I don't know what the right number is. I'm still thinking about that. But that would enable me to do maybe another, you know, some other mini projects throughout the year because I felt like I couldn't do that this year because this was just too much for me. And so, you know, I've thought about doing other projects, but I just felt like I couldn't handle it. And so I'm glad that I put myself up to this challenge, but I'm ready for it to end. So after that very, very long intro, let's get started and talk about the products. So the first one that I'll just mention briefly, by the way, if you didn't see my last update, then you can definitely check that up above because I'll talk, you know, about some of those things that I finished last time. But then of course, you know, you can go ahead and check out, I'll link in the description box all of the videos that have applied to this project because I also did some get ready with me's where I used some of these products. So the first product that I finished last time, which I don't have anymore because I had put it in my empties and it's gone, was the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. I love that foundation. and I was very happy to finish it because I'd had it for a while. I haven't repurchased it just because I don't love the fact that it doesn't have a pump. It's just a messy packaging, and I have other foundations that I like just as much. I do love it, but for right now, I just don't need to repurchase it. This Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer, I have to say that I give this thing a lot of credit because this has a lot of product in it. You wouldn't necessarily think so because it's just a small little tube, but you don't need a lot of this. And I mean, I've been using this like crazy. I've definitely been using this a lot. I used it quite a bit throughout the summer because it can be a little bit drying for me, and I'm combo skin. So going into winter, it might be a little harder for me to use this. I'll just have to use it with some more hydrating foundations. But this has a lot of product in it. It's not my absolute favorite smoothing primer because, like I just mentioned, it can be a little bit drying. So for me, it's not one that I can really wear year round, and I can't necessarily use it with all of my foundations, but it is nice if you're looking for a good smoothing primer. You can see here, I made marks. So these are from the last time, and you can see how much I've used. So I was able to use it quite a bit more in the summer months. That's how I got a lot of use out of it, but I still have that little bit left. I do think that I can do this. I'm gonna try really hard to finish this one off in the next few months. I think that I'll be able to do that. Like I said, it might be a little hard with it getting a little bit colder out, so I might have to kind of play with it just a little bit, but I think that I can get this one done, and I'm ready to get this out of my collection. Then another one that I have successfully used up, and I'm very proud of myself for that, is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium. It's all done. I really got as much as I could from those edges there. I really worked hard to use this one up. It's not my absolute favorite powder. I know people love this powder. It's okay. It's just a fine powder to me. I wouldn't say that I'm gonna repurchase this. But I didn't mind this as sort of a light powder foundation type of product. I didn't really love this for just setting my foundation or something like that. But if I sort of just spot concealed my face and then use this as like a powder foundation, that's how I was able to use it up so easily. I mean, of course, it still took me like a good part of the year, but I was able to do that by using it that way. And I did like it okay that way. It's just not my favorite. I have the Naked Skin Concealer. It's really hard to tell how much I have left in this, but I do think that I have not too much left. I think that I'm doing pretty well with this. It's hard to tell if I'm really going to be able to finish it, but if I kind of scrape the sides, I can see, I don't know if you can tell that, but like it's definitely like way down there. There's not a whole lot left in there. There's still enough. It's, you know, it's not like a guarantee that I'm going to finish this up, but I think I'm getting pretty close. The problem with this one, I've mentioned this before, is that it's really way too light for me. This is in the shade Fair Neutral. I mean, and I'm a little bit tan right now from the summer, so this is just a little too light for me. So I've been using this as a, like just a dot a little bit, you know, to highlight underneath my eyes. I can't use this on its own really. So I would also use this if I was going to do like a cut crease or something like that. So it's been hard to use this one up because of that, and that's why I had added it into this project pan, because it's just not my shade and I want to get it out of my collection. It is a great concealer though, if you're looking for one. It's just way too light. So I'm working on it. We'll just have to see. I'm not really sure. This NARS Laguna I finished up last time. You can see the pan has expanded quite a bit more. It's so much easier to use up the product once you've actually hit pan, because I don't know if you could even see, like little pieces kind of break off. There's just nothing you can really do about that, even if you are fairly gentle, which I feel like I am. And I've used this a little bit, but I'm not going crazy with it because I've already reached my goal. But I love this bronzer. I do have it in a palette. Otherwise, I would repurchase this when I'm done with it. But I might add this into a project again at some point just to like actually use it up, because I don't think that it will be too hard considering that, you know, the pan just keeps expanding pretty quickly, but I'm proud of that one too. Another one that I had finished up last time, this one's a mess. I'm gonna probably have to just throw this one out at some point. This is the Urban Decay Naked Flush Palette. I can't totally like pull it up because the problem is once you've hit pan on these things, they just keep cracking. And I haven't even used this that much, but it just keeps cracking. You can see this little piece is getting close to breaking off there. And you know, all of this product is just sort of coming up. So I mean, maybe I'll be able to keep the blush once these two just sort of crack away. I'm not really sure. This is sort of like moving over. I don't know if you can tell that, but that's the problem with a product like this. I feel like it's just sort of falling apart. I'm being pretty gentle with it. I'm really not going crazy with it. And I have been using it, not a ton though, and it's just kind of falling apart. So I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to just really keep this. It might just end up breaking apart and going in the trash. So we'll see. Another couple that I finished up from last time, the Becca highlighter in Opal. I've continued to use this. I wouldn't say that that's expanded a ton, but it certainly has expanded. And this was a great one to use through the summer on my face, but also my body. And it's good to use this one now because I have a little more color and it's a better shade for me when I do have a tan. So I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful highlighter, and I will just keep trying to use it as much as possible while I still have my tan, because once my tan fades, then it's gonna be a little dark for me. But I mean, I think I'm doing a pretty good job with it. I hit pan, that was my goal. But, you know, I'm trying to just use as much of it as I can, you know, while it's in my project. Then there's the Makeup Forever HD blush in the shade 215. I had hit pan like just barely last time. It was like, you know, you could just barely see the bottom of the pan. So obviously now I've expanded it a little bit more. So I'm pretty proud of that. I do really love this blush. I'm just not huge into cream blushes, but if you like cream products, these are beautiful for Makeup Forever. And I feel pretty proud of doing that because, like I said, it's not a favorite for me. So I'd love to try and use this up at some point. It's hard to say if I will because it's just not something that I reach for all the time. But I'm at least proud that I've hit pan on this one, you know, and expanded that pan because, I mean, that was the goal, and you know, it's not what I would have expected to do otherwise, so I'm pretty happy about that. The last face product is another one that I completed this month. So the last time I'm gonna show you on this paper because I've kind of marked it. So this is the Benefit What's Up. It's a little mini size, and you can see on this paper I had marked, and that's where I was last time. So I still had quite a bit to go, and through the summer, I completed this one. So I feel really, really proud of myself. Yes, I could like kind of scrape out the bottom. I'm not going to. It's just not worth it to me. I'm not into cream products so much. And this is a beautiful highlighter. I mean, if you were to buy the full size of this would last forever because this mini size lasted me a very long time. So I'm really proud of myself for finishing this one up. I definitely think the summer helped quite a bit because I use this on my shoulders like all of the time. And I really didn't even use it on my face very much. I really just put it on my body, and that's how I was able to use it up. So then I have the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. And I had said last time that I didn't think that I was ever going to reach my goal on this one. So I was saying that I was kind of modifying that goal a little bit to say that I just really wanted to hit pan on it, and I did. So I'm proud of myself for that. You can see I've used it a lot. I've really used this a lot. I even used it today. And I hate to mention this a million times, but if you're just watching this for the first time, I love the paint pot, but for me, if I were to wear it all day, it would crease on me. It's just not quite as long lasting for me as some of my other eye primers. So this is one that I will only really use if I need my makeup to last like a half of a day. If I just need it to last like from sort of my daughter's nap time, like midday until like the evening, then this is just fine. If I need it to last like just the morning until her nap time, just fine. Like today, I'm going to take off my makeup as soon as I'm done filming and do my workout since my daughter's napping. So, you know, this is all that I need. So I do like it, but it's just, that's why I was kind of adding this into this project, because it's one that I do want to get out of my collection because it's just not one that I can rely on 100% of the time. I've used this quite a bit. I don't really think that I'm going to be able to finish this by the end of the year just because there is a lot of product in here, and there still is quite a bit. Although if you look from last month, it's a big, big difference. I've used it a lot. And I'm at least proud that I hit pan, but you can see it's just getting so dry that I really want to use this up and back to MAC it. So I'm working on it, but I'm at least proud that I hit pan. So it's like kind of half of the goal. Another thing that I'm wearing on my eyes today is my Too Faced Natural Eyes palette that I'm trying to pan. As I mentioned last time, I had hit pan on 3 different eyeshadows. You can see that there. These 3. And I've expanded those pans maybe a little bit, but I haven't hit pan on anything else. Of course, I did reach my goal, but as I mentioned last time, I'm trying to maybe hit pan on 1 more. I think if anything, it might be Silk Teddy, this light pink, because I use that. You can see there's quite a big dip in it, and I use it a lot, like in the inner corners. I don't think that I'm really gonna hit pan on anything else. Maybe Cashmere Bunny, but I don't think there's enough of a dip in it. If you haven't heard from other people, panning Too Faced eyeshadows is really, really difficult. They're very, very tightly packed, and there's a lot of product in there, so it's very hard to pan these. It was hard enough to pan the ones that I did. And I do really enjoy this palette. I've just had it for a while, and you know, I'm just kind of ready to start using it up a little bit more. So I'm proud of the progress that I made, even if this is all it looks like at the end of the year, but it would be nice to maybe hit pan on one more. So I'm gonna keep on trying. It's certainly an easy palette for me to use on a, you know, everyday basis. Like if I'm just kind of putting on a little bit of natural makeup like today, you know, just taking my daughter to her dentist appointment and to the park, that's all I need, you know? And then the other eyeshadow that I'm wearing today, right there, Super Shock Shadow in the shade Sequin. I gotta hand it to these Colourpop eyeshadows. I was pretty sure that I was going to have a very easy time panning this one because there really isn't that much product in Colourpop products. You know, I always talk about this with some other YouTubers that everyone thinks that Colourpop is so cheap, and yes it is, but you get a lot less product in their products. So that's kind of how they're able to keep their prices down, which is totally fine, but you're still, you know, you're not getting as much product than a lot of other things. And so it just sort of depends on what it is. Like for me, it wouldn't be worth getting a brow pencil from them because I go through brow pencils pretty regularly. Whereas something like an eyeshadow, okay, you don't need that much product anyway. But I digress. So what I'm getting to is that I really thought this was going to be very easy, and I still have not hit pan on this eyeshadow. I swore I was gonna hit pan on this eyeshadow, and in fact, I wore this specifically today thinking, I bet I can hit pan on this today, and then I'll be able to film this video and show that I've hit pan on it. No, I mean, you can see I've used a lot of it, and I'm close. I mean, I've gotta be close, right? I've gotta be so close. And I have not hit pan on this thing yet. It is crazy to me. So, okay, I mean, they're actually a lot harder to pan than I would have thought. I think that I probably will still be able to hit pan on it before the end of the year, but I don't know, it's hard to say. I will say that I've been getting real bored of this eyeshadow, and you know, I just don't always want to wear it. And so I try to use it whenever I can and whenever I'm just doing a quick everyday eye or whatever, but I get sick of it. And so that makes it hard too. But I think I should be able to still reach this. I don't know. I may never use this again after this project, which I know is terrible, but I'm getting so sick of it. All right, and the last eye thing I did really badly on. You'll be able to see here because I'm not gonna roll it all the way up, but this is the Trish McAvoy 24-hour eyeshadow and liner in the shade, I always forget the name of this, Smoky Emerald. It's absolutely beautiful. I will swatch it for you just so you can see what it looks like and use it a little more. Just kidding, but seriously. It's absolutely beautiful. It's such a dark green and it's shimmery, and so I just don't always want to use it. I did put it in my waterline today, but that just doesn't use a whole lot of it. And these shadow sticks, whatever brand you're getting them from, they have a ton of product. Like for example, the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Amethyst. I love this one. I use this all the time. Like I use this like crazy, way more than I've used the Trish McAvoy one, just because this is more of an everyday shade for me. It's just like a sort of a muted shimmery purple. And so I use this all the time, and I still have a ton of product in this. So if I have a ton of product left in one that I use very regularly, what chance do I have of using up one that I don't use as regularly? So it's really difficult. I've made a tiny bit of progress, but barely, just barely. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, but I'll keep using it. I'm gonna keep it in the project, but I know I'm not gonna finish this. I'm at least glad that I got more use out of it, but this was just really, really ambitious. I don't know what made me think I was ever going to finish this, but at least it got more love. All right, at least it got more love. So now we're gonna move into the lip products. So first is the MAC Lip Pencil in Dervish. You can see I've used a lot of this. I try to use this as much as possible. I used it to line my lips today. I still have quite a bit to go. I mean, it's hard to know like at what point you can't sharpen it anymore, because that's kind of when you call a lip liner done, I feel like, is when you can't sharpen it anymore, because, I mean, you can never like actually use up the whole thing, you know? So it's hard to tell when that's going to happen. I'm definitely getting close though, and I think I should be able to finish this one. You can see the progress that I've made, so that's where I am now. So I've certainly used a lot of this, and I do think that I'll be able to finish this one up. It's just, it's hard to know like really how close I am. Then I have the liquid lipstick from Stila in Patina. You can see that I've used this a lot, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just call this one done. I know that it's not like totally done, but I think it's pretty much dried out, because you can see like it's not, you know, like it's just kind of dried up, and there's really not much left in here. So while I know that I haven't completely used this one up, and this may be sort of cheating, I'm gonna call this one completed because I used up as much as I could. So I do feel pretty good about it though. I did a pretty good job for a liquid lipstick, I think. All right, so then another one that I'm wearing today underneath the gloss that I'll talk about next is the Urban Decay lipstick in Native. I have not done a great job on this one, although I've done better than I thought that I would have. So you can see it down there, pretty steady progress. There's still so much left in here. There's no way that I'm gonna finish this one. And the problem is it's just not really an everyday shade for me, because it's such like a baby pink. You know, it's just not a shade that goes with everything for me. Maybe if I threw it in my purse, that would help, and then I could just kind of toss it on every time I think that I want to put on a lip color, but it's just kind of, it's like a bold baby pink, and so it just doesn't like, it's not always what I want to wear. So I feel good that I've made progress with it, but there's no way that I'm gonna finish this, and it is what it is. Kind of a fail on that one, but I did the best that I could. So then the lip gloss that I'm wearing on top of that lipstick is the NARS lip gloss in Turkish Delight. Same kind of thing. It's like a baby pink that I just don't want to wear all the time. I also don't love the NARS lip gloss formula. It's fine, but especially for a high-end lip gloss, it's just not one of my favorites. I have others that I like so much more, and so I kind of had to force myself to wear it. Although you can't really tell, I don't think, but I'm looking at it through the light and it's like way down there. So I'm pretty proud of that. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it all up, but I think once I'm done with this project, I'm gonna just kind of call it done. And I feel very proud of what I've accomplished with it, because lip glosses are hard, especially lip glosses that you don't absolutely love. So, I don't know if I'll be able to complete this, but I'm certainly gonna keep on trying. All right, and the last one is one that I'm surprised that I really haven't done a very good job with. You can see right there. So not very much progress since last time. This is the NARS Satin Lip Pencil in Rikujin. This is one of my favorites, and for some reason I keep on forgetting to wear it, more so than some of my other things. I don't know what it is, but I love this one. So maybe I should stick this one in my purse, because this is definitely one that I would put on with anything. The problem with keeping this in my purse though is that I have to sharpen it. So, you know, that might be a little bit of an issue, but I do think that if I remember to keep on using this, if I put this like front and center, even though it isn't a bin next to my vanity, but I don't know, for some reason I keep forgetting to put it on, I do really think that I can complete this one. So I'm gonna try really hard to do that. All right, everyone, so that is it for this update. It's the third update for my 2018 Project Pan, 18 products in 2018. Whew. It's a lot, I know. It still surprises me like that I really signed up to do this. I really did. Let me know in the comments below what you think. What do you think is going to be completed next? How do you think that I've done so far with this project? Like I said, I think I've done pretty well considering this is my first Project Pan ever. I definitely think that I will have a better time next year doing less products and picking them a little bit better. And again, let me know if you have any thoughts about how many products I should include in next year, because I'm gonna definitely start thinking about that project. You know, I'll definitely have the finale for this one, and then pretty shortly after that, I'll do an intro for my 2019 project, which is crazy to think about, but we are not that far away from it. Let me know if you are doing Project Pans and how you're doing with yours so far. It's definitely like at that point, like I said, for a year-long project, it's like, we're getting down to the wire, and it's feeling a little bit tough at this point. If you like this video, please make sure and give it a big thumbs up. That really does help out my channel so much. I post videos every single Monday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. If you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I would love for you to stick around, and I really hope to see you next time. Bye.